Welcome back here to Midday, Kentucky. We're joined now by Paul Bishop, certified hypnosis and hypnosis instructor with Live Today Hypnosis. Thank you for coming in. We've been excited about this segment.
Thank you for having
now.
me. Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
I think a lot of people at home are wondering, just first of all, what is hypnosis? We have our ideas, but
Sure.
what is it?
So hypnosis, it's just a heightened state of suggestibility.
Okay.
And what that means is that when you're in a state of hypnosis, you're just more able to accept suggestions that are given to you. And we actually go into hypnosis many times throughout the day, and we're just not aware of it.
Huh.
So some common examples are, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but you're driving and you get a couple of miles down the road and you're not quite sure how you got there because your mind kind of drifted. That's actually called highway hypnosis. Or if you're watching a good movie or reading a really good book and you get really into the story and everything else seems to fade away into the background and time slips away, you're in a hypnotic state.
Wow. So how does it really work, though? How does your mind get to that point?
Well, to understand how hypnosis works, you first have to understand how our minds work. So we have a conscious mind, and that's where we are right now. It's our analytical thinking, our critical thinking, our judging mind. And then we have the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind, that's who we are at our core. It has all of our emotions and our beliefs, all of our habits and behaviors. And that core of who we are, it gets built up and formed at a young age, and then it doesn't change a whole lot over time. And the reason is that we've got that conscious mind, that judging critical conscious mind over there, blocking any new information that's contrary to what we already believe from getting in. And for the most part, that's a good thing. It's a protective function. But sometimes we want to make changes to that core of who we are. And so what we're able to do in hypnosis is we can relax the conscious mind so then we can have access to the subconscious mind where we can make lasting change.
And that is so interesting, Paul. And you're helping your clients make practical changes. I know stress management, smoking addiction. Talk to us about some of the issues you're helping your clients with, and how do you do that?
That's great. That's a great question. So just about every aspect of our lives can be improved with hypnosis because we use our minds all the time. And I help my clients with everyday problems, everyday people with everyday problems. And so some of these are smoking and weight loss, but also stress management, as you mentioned, anger management, sleep issues like insomnia. I help people with performance issues like test anxiety or public speaking or sports performance. But I also noticed that a lot of people, they come to my office and they have issues related to emotional things in their life. So, for example, someone might come to me for weight loss. And so this person, you know, she works all day, she comes home, she has dinner, and in that time in between dinner and going to bed, she's snacking, eating junk foods, you know, cakes and cookies and ice cream. And after talking with her, I learned she's lonely during this time. And so she's doing this, what we call emotional eating. She's distracting herself from that underlying emotion of loneliness by eating this junk food. The problem is she's not addressing that underlying feeling of loneliness. She's distracting herself from it, which might make her feel good temporarily. But until she addresses the loneliness, and so what I teach my clients how to do is to identify what those feelings are and then to address them. And so in the case of loneliness, it can only be addressed by making meaningful contact with others. And so if she does that, she no longer feels lonely and she doesn't have to distract herself by eating that way, right?
So interesting. And you're doing that with just a few weeks of appointments, right? Seeing these changes?
That's right. So some issues like smoking I can usually do in about 2 sessions, but most issues it's about 4 sessions. When I work with somebody.
Now, do you have, you know, I think a fear that people have is that you have complete control over the person that's being hypnotized, and I think that kind of scares people. What's your opinion on that?
Well, so that's actually a myth that a lot of people have, is that somehow the hypnotist has control over the person. And the truth is that I tell my clients all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, right? If I had control over you, the process would be really easy because I could just tell you to do this and you would do it, right? But the thing is that the person being hypnotized has control the whole time. The hypnotist has no control over the person being hypnotized.
Well, good.
Well, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us today. We have all your information there up on the screen. Call and make an appointment now. Paul, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Really interesting
It's great to be here.
information.
And stay tuned.